So this is our first time ever visiting Vegas for both of us.
We see weird stuff. I've seen everything from people in crisis to people whose firearms explode on them.
And this all shows up at your doorstep, and at any time,
Yes.
you got to be ready to go. Are they sketchy?
Yeah, there are some sketchy parks in Vegas.
An interesting yet extremely important goal today. Gotta give these a whirl. Brand new flavor from Dots Pretzels. If you know anything about us, we're obsessed with Dots Pretzels. So barbecue, we're coming for you. If you're ever short on time, strawberries and cream packets from Quaker, it's the way to go.
Good morning. And good morning to you guys.
We're gonna have to be really careful actually unplugging the RV because I just realized that sometimes we forget to shut off the ACs.
It's true.
And now if we unplug from shore power, the ACs are not gonna shut off. This is kind of nerve-wracking.
So you mean we have to be like so good and diligent?
That whole checklist we made before, we're gonna have to revamp that completely now.
The big mystery is, will the solar do a good job at keeping the refrigerator running for just a 2-hour drive?
You're calling the shots today.
Whatever.
You're calling the shots today. Okay, this is how much we're running off shore power right now. Oh, our solar is yielding 31 watts. I guess as soon as we start running off the fridge, the solar is gonna kick in automatically for us.
If you never are sure how it works, here's what you do. Thing charges the thing, which makes the thing run, which charges that thing, and then that thing connects to that thing, and then the thing is you could turn a light on. I'll put that in a guide in the description if you want.
Oh, fan's still running. Wow, this is crazy. It's like we never lost power.
Wow, as soon as you disconnected, these bars just like shot up.
Okay, that makes sense. So now that's because we're pulling off the batteries and the solar actually has somewhere to displace the power.
Well, there you have it, folks. We're about 20 minutes into this trip and our batteries are still 100%. And we are running off our inverter. That inverter is taking our battery power and inverting it to our AC power, and that's how our refrigerator is running. Vegas is such a weird city. So much in a small amount of space, but everything around it is just nothing. There is nothing surrounding Vegas. I mean, look at that. Nothing.
The truck has been hanging in there like a champ. Can't express to you how much I was going back and forth with being like, should I just go get a new truck? How long are we gonna hold on to this piece of junk, keep throwing money into it? But now that I took a moment to just breathe, calm down, and get my bearings once again, I realized that this is just the way life goes sometimes. And Renee and I were just having a conversation in the truck where we realized that it's the hardest times in life that set us up for the most success because it helps us to sit back and appreciate what we truly have.
Hey, are we ready?
Right here.
You go first.
Potential. They're not like the greatest thing ever. You know what are really good if you want barbecue are those like Frito spiral ones. Those are really good.
Pretty good. I can hang. A truck stop in Vegas. There's gotta be a casino in here for sure. It's a legit casino in here. What do you guys think? Should I not tell Kyle and just hang out in here and do a little gambling? I chickened out. Nice solitude. I wonder where they're from. All the way from Wisconsin. I have such a habit of waving at other RVers like it's a thing. I don't know if it's a thing. Could we just make it a thing? Could we all just wave at each other on the road?
What do you want?
So this is our first time ever visiting Vegas for both of us. It's gonna be a fun time here and we're excited you're along with us. If you enjoy the videos where we take you along and we show you everything, we don't hold back, do us a favor and hit the thumbs up below this video because that tells us you're on the right track, keep doing what you're doing, and we get the feedback we need. And let's do Vegas. We were just in chaotic Vegas and now we're on the outskirts. Middle of nowhere. It's quiet. I'm loving it. Nothing as far as the eye can see.
We found a pretty sweet place, Clark County Shooting Complex. 35 bucks a night. You can't beat it. There's the city way over there.
Oh wow, that's so cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So what's cool is you could rent shotguns and all the equipment here, and so that might be something cool to do while we're here.
That'd be fun.
I just realized that I have not checked the batteries unplugged and not having the propane running for the fridge for like 3 hours now. Holy cow. Do you want to guess what the battery percentage is at?
72. What is it?
99.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, dang. Oh, that's so good.
That is amazing. I mean, just having the solar enough to keep your refrigerator running without having to use propane is probably worth it.
And even better yet, we don't have to reset our clock on our microwave ever again. I don't know why you're laughing. That is a very sensitive topic for me.
It doesn't bother me as much. I don't want to know what time it is. You know? Ah, wonderful. 35 bucks a night, full hookups, shooting range that way, Vegas that way. We're set for the week.
This is the wonder that is the Rangemaster truck. We have another Rangemaster truck that has like all of those nifty, cool buttons so that we can like freak people out with the loudspeaker and stuff. The park is actually 2,900 acres. Only 165-ish of those acres are finished. This is our main office, which happens to be closed on the weekends. So each of our areas is gated, limited access area. So you're getting the inside scoop. So one of the things to know about our RV park is that it is the best deal in town, as you guys already know.
We're paying like 35 a night right
35 a night for full hookups and no extra charges for electric use, with incredible views, which you guys may have seen last night. So this is technically the host park, which we have had unseasonable winds, and so the canvas coverings on these RV sites are kind of touch and go right now.
I see that.
But they'll be fixed back up when the winds die down. Now, these hosts that are living down here are primarily retirees. They do 30 hours a week, and in exchange for those 30 hours a week of volunteer time, they live here free. It's a trade-off. The sad thing is you cannot be employed by the Parks and Rec system and be a volunteer for the Parks and Rec system at the same time, so it's an either-or proposition.
Well, I imagine these canopies really do some good for everyone during the summer. What's your average temperatures when it comes summertime here?
Well, this is the Vegas Valley. It can go up to like 120. So yeah, the covering does help, but it's still hot.
How many sites do you guys have available for
RVs?
Yeah, the public.
70. Well, 69. You'll see that there are times when it says that RV parking is not available. Mm-hmm. And that's because we have a big competition. When we have a big shoot out here, they rent out the whole RV park except for the host sites, and sometimes even the host sites that are unoccupied up there, and they double park them.
Really?
So, I mean, you see how long the sites are?
Yeah.
So they'll put them back to back or front to front.
Oh my goodness.
And it becomes like Burning Man with old people, rednecks, and guns. It's a crazy environment.
Great explanation.
Sounds like a great party.
It's even crazier when they have the collegiate or scholastic shoots. Because then I learned that shotgun dads are a lot like dance moms.
Uh-huh.
And except more beer.
Except more beer. Well said.
As I'm sure you've seen out your window, we have a lot of trap and skeet bays, and that's what the Shotgun Center is for. We're one of the premier locations for trap and skeet competitions in the country. You know, if you're from the East Coast, we're not that used to all of the same kind of sporting that they have in the Southwest. We're not as versed with rodeo. We're not as versed with trap and skeet shooting, things like that. So these are all trap and skeet bays. To your left, obviously, is the RV line.
Just right here.
Yeah.
We've been hearing a lot of the firing.
Yeah, you'll hear it.
What time do they allow firing?
8 a.m.
Bright and early, wake up call.
Bright and early. All of our ranges, from archery to shotgun to rifle pistol to sporting clays, have rental available if you want to try that sport. We have range safety officers that can assist you in anything you want to try. The thing with the host program is you have to be able to pass all of the same proficiency and background checks and everything else as you would if you were an employee. And you cannot have kids under 18 living in your unit.
They will cover the cost of living here for 30 hours. Do you feel like that's a pretty fair trade-off?
They'll do it for 20 hours.
Really?
And it is a fair trade-off. When you consider what, a part-time job would be for 20 hours a week versus what it would, the cost of electricity, water, sewer, HOA fees for a house, taxes for a house.
I feel like there would be so many questions that would pop up in my mind, like, can I qualify to work there? How does it look like for applying to come work there as a host? I mean, it sounds great.
Where they would put you as a host kind of would depend on your other qualifications.
Okay.
So, for example, I hold a CCW, which is a concealed carry permit. I have expertise. I'm certified in first aid and CPR. Very good with conflict resolution.
Nice.
I work as a range master.
Okay.
Which basically means that anytime I'm on shift, I am the crisis manager for anything that happens anywhere on this range.
What do you mean by crisis management? Like, what's going to happen? Like, what could happen?
I've seen everything from people in crisis to people whose firearms explode on them.
And this all shows up at your doorstep, and at any time,
Yes.
you got to be ready to go.
Hey, this all shows up at my doorstep when I am on shift.
Let's say somebody doesn't have as many qualifications as you. You sound like you got a pretty good rap sheet of like, I got these qualifications. Maybe somebody is just interested in coming in here. Is that an option?
Yeah, I mean, we've got people who go around and pick up trash. We've got people who do custodial, who rake the ranges. We've got people who reload all the clays down at Trap and Skeet. We've got all kinds of different jobs. You really don't need to know or have any background in shooting sports or firearms or archery or any of the stuff we offer here.
It's amazing how you got a first row view of the city from here. I mean,
absolutely.
That in itself for $35 a night down at these RV sites is just breathtaking.
The 4th of July or New Year's Eve falls on a Wednesday or Thursday. We are open.
Oh, cool.
And there is no place better in the valley to catch all the fireworks. So this view is pretty much unobstructed of the entire valley. The lack of light pollution makes this also the best place to stargaze. That's to the northwest. We have Creech drone, Air Force drone base. And just north of that, we have the ever popular Groom Lake Air Force facility, otherwise known as Area 51. We see weird stuff. Apparently there's a trail that goes up this mountain. You have to sign in at the trailhead. And if you are not back down off that trailhead by sunset, they will come up and escort you off. Because all of this up here is restricted airspace.
Interesting. So the host jobs, are they year-round or are they a seasonal position?
They require that you commit to, I think, 3 or 4 months. And if you do that, you get vacation time. You accrue vacation time. We have people who come seasonally. We have people that have been here since the park opened in 2009.
Now, where would people apply for this, like if they're interested?
Down at the main office.
At the main
There
office.
is also on the website, you can download the host application and submit it digitally.
Well, we'll make sure we throw that website down in the description below,
Sure.
in case people want to refer to that, because this is piquing our curiosity. We always wondered about hosting, how cool that would be. You know, that's really interesting.
So ultimately, there would be 3 times as many RV spots available as there currently are.
Speaking of RVs, are there actually RV parks right near the city? Are they sketchy?
Yeah, there are some sketchy parks in Vegas. The Thousand Trails Park, not great. The nicest park down here, Oasis, which is a beautiful park, which has all these nifty things like mini golf and what have you, and you're packed in like sardines. It says it's big rig friendly, but it's not. It's similar to a lot of the resort parks down in Florida, where yeah, it's beautiful once you're there, and if you don't mind, reaching out both arms and touching your neighbors.
Right. 29 days
29
is the
days
maximum stay.
is the maximum.
And then you got to leave for 48 hours before you come back.
Yeah.
That resets the clock, though?
Yes.
Really? So you
Yes.
could leave for 2 days, catch a breather, come back for another 29.
Yep. And a lot of people, what they do, and I'll point it out here, is Mount Charleston over there, up on Mount Charleston. But
Up
it's
there?
Yeah. And there's great hiking up there, by the way. They'll be here 29 days. Then they'll take a powder up to Mount Charleston, particularly during the summer. Spend a couple of days up there and then come back. This is only, if you get on the highway, you're really only about 20 minutes from the Strip. Parking in at the Strip is awful. Always been awful. It's always going to be awful. The parking prices can be pretty high. Little locals tip: if you can go by the convention center off the Strip where you can get to the monorail, hop on the monorail to take you to the Strip, particularly if you don't have problems ambulating, which I know you guys don't.
Right.
That monorail can be a lifesaver. A lot of people mistake Vegas. They think the Strip is downtown. That's not downtown. That's the Strip. Fremont Street and the Fremont Street experience is in downtown Las Vegas.
Roughly.
Temperatures get down to the mid to high 20s
Okay.
at the coldest times of the year, and obviously they go at the hottest times they go up into the 120s.
One thing we found out that's been really helping us with the summer heat is RV airflow. Have you ever heard of that? Those inserts you put in the air conditioners? Night and day difference for sure.
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
kicks it out.
If you are curious with the RV airflow, it's just an insert you put into the air conditioner, and it really helps take the air that gets stuck up in the ceiling, quote unquote the dead space, and push it out the vents into the actual living area of your RV. And if you guys are curious and want some more information on it, we'll throw a link down in the description below. We actually have a discount code to save you some money.
What I find here with the AC, run it cold at night. It keeps the RV cooler during the day, so it doesn't have to fight so hard against the heat.
Yeah, you want to be early to the game, basically.
Yeah,
with
it's
the
like
coolness.
you guys are nurses, so you know, like when someone comes post surgery,
Yeah.
they're like, well, I don't know if I need to take these painkillers, and you're like, you don't want to chase the pain.
That's right. That's smart. Yep.
And
You want to get ahead of the pain.
You want to get ahead of it.
Yep.
Same thing with cooling your RV
I love that.
in Vegas in the summer.
What a great analogy.
On the topic of county parks, finding them sometimes is a challenge. There's an app you can download called AllStays, and one of the icons is like a greenish brown and it says CP. That is all the county parks across the US. And we have found some great, amazing places like this as well.
Yeah.
What advice do you have for people interested in full-time RVing, but they're scared to make the leap?
Stay calm. It's a transition. I would say be kind to yourself, because you can think you're ready and you can think you're prepared and then realize you are absolutely not ready and not prepared. Being kind to yourself and not beating yourself up about the things that you learn on the trip.
Adam, thank you so much. for
No,
your
my
time,
pleasure,
friend.
guys. It was a pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Good call on your guys' part. I forgot to seal up those holes that I stuck those electrical wires in when I installed the Easy Starts on the air conditioners. So I found this duct seal here. It's Gardner Bender duct seal, and it seals the conduit openings against dust, moisture, and noise. I think we found ourselves a winner. Well, we made it up on the roof. I got access to the AC here, and here's that remaining putty from before I installed it. It looks like I did reuse it, but I'm just gonna go ahead and replace this because it's getting kind of grimy and cracked up and all that. Just a bunch of maintenance when you own an RV, you know what I mean? Looking in here, it already looks like my tape job, my electrical taping is not holding up very well. When in doubt, just add more tape. All right, that should do it for now. Taped up a little bit better than what they were. Tuck those back in there. Stay. This putty off here. I mean, I kind of already do have like a plastic grommet in here. More than anything, I think it's just protecting some of the moisture from getting in here.
It's probably preventing wasps.
Wasps.
Nests.
Stuff wasn't too expensive. It was like $4. Well, you could just mold it however you want it, which is great. And it's like not even directly sitting in the sun, but just, I guess it's just exposed to the elements after a while. Cracks over time. Now, I don't want to pat myself on the back too much here, but that looks like a pretty professional job there, huh? Wife is already ripping into the next AC. Man, this stuff gets so dirty. That off. Putty.
Make a wish.
looks pretty good. Ended up laying down some fresh lap sealant while we were up here last time. I still have some other places that need touched up. I think it's curing nicely, if I say so myself. Even along this edge here, I had to get some non-leveling sealant. I noticed before I did that, it's really notorious for cracking and allowing water and moisture to intrude into the RV, so I'm glad I got that touched up. Crazy, even with this being inside the RV, how dirty this gets. What I'm doing basically right now is I need to tighten up this AC. We noticed that it was wiggling a little bit loose while we were on top of the roof. These little bolts right here, I'm gonna take a socket wrench to them and give them a little snugging. These right here are what help to settle the AC on top of the RV and give it a secure connection. And there's 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Nope, not that one either.
Which one, buddy, do you think Dad should use? Come on. He wants dinner. Not yet, buddy.
All right, job well done. I'm gonna call you DeWalt.
Time it, okay. Oh, whoa, whoa.
Oh, there we go. Woo! That should be good for now.
Well, we've been staring at the shooting range for days now, and you know what? It's time to give her a little trial run, Hank style. So when we do this, we're gonna have a safety range officer with us. We have both done this before, but it's been a long time. It was probably like 10-ish years ago before we were full-time. I have this fond memory of we went out with my dad and my grandpa, and our clay shooter was broken.
Yeah.
So my dad had to like throw them by hand while we were shooting it. It was just such a fun, special moment. Hey!
You guys shooting on this road today?
Sure.
They just said 9 through 12.
Where you guys from?
We're full-time on the road in our RV, but I grew up in Pennsylvania. He grew up in California.
I'm an electrician, and then I do 10 hours, 20 hours a week. And I
right on.
I don't have to pay rent here.
We said this is nicer than places that charge you like $80 a night.
Because the bullets are smaller, so the bigger the bullet, obviously the easier it is to
That makes sense.
So if we hit the target, we'll be really good.
Yeah, you guys are good.
Maybe he says that to everyone to make them not feel bad when they miss.
No, I'm being serious. Like my first time shooting a 20 gauge, I couldn't hit nothing. I was like, yeah, I don't like this. So skeet, you stand underneath that window, and it shoots all out of the sky this way. It shoots across this way.
Oh, wow.
Trap, everything comes from inside the house, and it just...
It would just be anywhere?
Yeah, it's random. Yeah, it either shoots this way or that way.
And we get like 25, right?
Yeah, 25. So you do 5 at each station.
No pressure.
Oh.
Oh, nice. That must have felt good, huh?
Good. Pull. Pull.
Oh my gosh, you're really good at this. Have you played a lot of that like Nintendo duck hunting when you were a kid? There's a certain generation that we were just ready for this.
Remember, just point and shoot.
Okay.
Point, shoot.
Pull.
Nice. You can tell your dad was a hunter.
Pull.
You're a dead eye.
Pull.
But you guys are liars. You guys.
No way. We haven't been shooting in a long time.
I think we found our new sport. Get rid of the paddle boards. This is what we're doing.
Pull.
Nice.
This is pretty legit.
Pull.
That will do.
Pull. How fun is this?
Isn't this cool?
New sport.
What do we pay, 40 bucks for all this?
Yeah, 40
Not
bucks
bad at
to
all.
rent.
Well, that was an absolute blast. Oh, I love that. Let's go see what other trouble we can get ourselves into. Remember, we're only getting started. If you enjoyed this video, head on over to HappilyEverHanks YouTube channel where you'll find hundreds of videos with unforgettable stories you won't want to miss. Subscribe and tap the bell so you'll always be the first to see our latest adventures. Thank you for all your love and support. See you on the next one.